Hey, what's up guys, Max here, and big announcement today. Buff coming to Nightcrawler, truly a buff, I believe. It looks like it on paper, can't wait to play him out. A champion that I, as you can tell, really never took above rank 3 just because of, didn't really care for him. I always felt like he should have been a really good defender based off his evade mechanics. And he just naturally does crit fairly good. So I believe they're just going to tune in and just buff those features when it comes to the buff. So let's take a look at it. But yeah, how long has this guy been in game? Let's take a look. Since he was released on July of 2016, we're currently in 2024. The buff finally made it to him. Pretty excited for this champion. Right now, at the moment, we have a couple of mutant champions in game, Dust being the one that was just added. So it's going to be interesting whether you're fortunate enough to have bought the Dust or grinded for the Dust or got lucky with the crystals on Dust and have her, or you are sitting on a Nightcrawler since he came out in 2016. You know, maybe that's kind of like the champion you're like, hey, I've been wanting to rank up a sweet mutant champion. So we got a little bit of love there on the mutant class. Now the announcement was made here at Kabam's. Let's take a look at their website here. So Nightcrawler champion spotlight, we have a good infographic of everything. Now let's just zoom in into the defender strength. Notice that in damage is going to be the highest, what he's going to just off of the bars here and kind of rating that Kabam has is what's going to be the highest at the moment. So we're seeing him as a strong defender, and again, that's going to be because of the evade mechanics. And the damage output is looking really juicy. So haven't had a chance to play. We don't have the buffed version of him in game, but yeah, let's take a look at the comparisons. That actually, a big shout out to Cat Murdoch for putting this infographic. So she highlights very easily the champion update, old, new. So some changes in the signature ability. So the signature ability is actually pretty cool. So before it was removed to switch combat mode, 0.3 seconds faster. Additionally, anytime he strikes a deep wound, he grants a 15 to 35% increased attack for 7 seconds. Now, here's what's being added since that's being removed. Nightcrawler evades chances can only be lowered by tech champion, making him a really strong defender. That's kind of like my take on it. Again, it'd be interesting to see a ascended Nightcrawler. So for all those big fans of Nightcrawlers, you know, and if on defense, you know, slot him on defense, if he can only be lowered, his evade mechanics can only be lowered. So depending on the meta and Battlegrounds combination, he might be really interesting on defense. Increase the potency of Nightcrawler's instant bleeds and critical damage rating by 100% off his current prowess. So that's an additional feature. Now, again, he's only available as a 6-star, but pre-guaranteed that there's going to be an option to purchase him as a 7-star, and there's pretty guaranteed items coming out to be able to get him as a 7-star. So whether you take up the 7-star to rank 2 or you find more like this percentage, basically, because since this is an increase, it's got a percentage number, so it's going to be based off his sig levels. We're going to test that out, whether a sig Unawakened 7-star is better than a Sig 100 Ascended 6-star, you know, based off that. So that's going to be interesting. Now, the always active, what they're adding here is finishing a combo with a light attack, which is what a lot of champions now have. It's kind of like how you end the combo, right? We'll swap Nightcrawlers between I can't even pronounce this, so we're just going to say Nea and the swashbuckling modes. So that's going to be new, right? Because remember, you used to have to hold dash back and hold block to do that switch, if I remember correctly. Again, I don't play him, but I've gone up against him, and he's an old champion that I've crossed paths, right? Now, when Nightcrawler successfully dodges an attack this way, gains a 20%, a 20-second 10% prowess passive, and this has a stack of 10. So I wonder if that's going to be enough time to gain or stack as close to 10. I wonder if it's even possible. You know, obviously they're not. I don't see that resetting. So as soon as you get another one, you get another 20 seconds. I think it's just going to be they're going to be falling off on their own. But what's falling off? So while dodging back, Nightcrawler cannot be struck by attack. So when he does this, he basically gains a 10% prowess passive. Now this has like this stack of 10 critical hits. Now have a 100% chance to inflict the opponent with a 2,379 direct damage, instant bleed passive. So he's going to be critting a lot too. We'll see here further down. This potency of the bleed is reduced by 10% for each armor up. So again, not really good for tech champions, but anything that bleeds, instant bleeds, is going to be really good if you're going to bring a Nightcrawler. I think that's going to be really nice. Now these stats and these numbers, I believe, are base. She puts it up here somewhere. Oh, here we go. Rank 5, 65, sig 200. So those numbers are going to be off of rank 5. Okay, keep that in mind. Swashbuckling mode. So again, that's the other mode that he has. Second medium attacks have a 100% chance to grant a 15-second precision passive. So while he's in that mode, you can end the combo with do a second medium. So either medium like medium, medium, whatever the combination you want to do, and it gives them a 15-second precision passive, increasing critical chances by almost 397. When activating these precisions, pauses Nightcrawler's personal prowess and precision effects. So this kind of works really well when Nightcrawler successfully dodges an attack, gains a 20-second 10% prowess passive. So I believe if you switch them to swashbuckling mode, medium, you're going to be able to Nightcrawler personal prowess. You should be able to pause those personal prowess. Again, this is on paper and assuming that's how it works. I think, but can't wait to test this out for real. Test this out. Now, specials, when it comes to specials, very easy. On special 1, he's going to gain a 10-second, 10% prowess passive, removing cruelty increase. And on the special 2, inflicts the opponent with a 15-second bleed vulnerability, increasing the potency of incoming bleeds effect by 50%, removes a chance to score a deep wounds by 28%. So, again, that is actually going to inflict the opponent with a 15-second bleed vulnerability, right? And he gains bleed when he crits. I believe that was in his awaken ability. So that having him awaken and the special 2 should go hand in hand pretty well. Now, special 3 inflicts a passive incinerate, dealing 198 energy damage over 30 seconds. While active, all Nightcrawler's personal bleed effects turn into incinerates with the same potency. Interesting. So if you're fighting a champion that's bleed immune, I don't think this is going to be a deal breaker. I mean, 30 seconds is quite a long time, but again, he has no power gain or options to get to a special 3 quicker, to be able to, if you can't bleed them, apply those incinerates. But it's interesting to have as a kit. Again, I like these, personally, I'm starting to like these champions that offer, damages that can be dealt with different ways and not just critting, right? But I think, again, this is going to be pretty interesting, which is the swashbuckling mode, which I think that's where I'm more excited about. I can't wait to test that out, combine it with his dodging back feature, right? His always active feature. So really want to test him out. Pretty excited about this, man. March is just packed with a lot of stuff going on. So make sure you have rank up materials available for all the champions that are coming out in March, possible champions you got already in February, and pretty excited for this guy. So again, big ratings on defense and attack. No immunities to anything at all, but we'll see. We'll see how he performs. Obviously he's an old champion, so people know how to play him, know how to fight him. But hopefully he's a very annoying defender, something that we can add. I need to buff up my defense. We already have him. Again, there's going to be a way to get him as a 7-star. So hopefully maybe he is an annoying defender. We'll see. But what are your thoughts on this guy, Nightcrawler? Do you have him? Are you excited for it? I think it's a cool update, right? We got somebody that I think there's going to be a few people that enjoy him. They're fan favorites of Nightcrawler. And also, it's a champion that, like I said, he's been out since, 2016? Crazy, kind of what the game started, right? So take care, guys. Catch you on the next one. Peace.